Good evening, Internet. Welcome back to another night of Strange and Scary Games. I'm Mom. It's all just over my shoulder. Today we are continuing our journey through Paranormasight's The Mermaid's Curse. In the last video, I got very upset because the game didn't let me do what I wanted it to do. So we are going to go back and try to do this the way I want to. I think we're probably somewhere in like the middle act. I don't know if this is going to be like a perfect 3-act structure or not, but it feels like we're around the middle. I don't see why I should get rid of it. Game! Why won't it let me get rid of it? I can't say why, but I've got a bad feeling about this business card. I'll just sneakily toss it. Alright, I don't think anyone noticed. Alright, now can we do the thing? So, what kind of curse do you possess? Don't know, don't care. Aw, come on, not even a hint. We, on the other hand, have laid out pretty much all of our cards on the table already. Huh? What are you talking about? Who would do such a reckless thing? Alright, look. Seems like you're just as dead set on the Tamade Bako as I am. This standoff won't get us anywhere. Why don't you tell us your motivation? Maybe we'll be able to find a compromise. We've already seen this. Originally, I had planned on offering something different to Yamashina, but now that I've got a chance for the Tamade Bako, that's my best option. Oh, how intriguing. So you excuse me. That company president you mentioned, how come he knew about the Tamade Bako and the Curse Stone? Just who exactly is he? I was wondering the same thing. Oh, of course you were. He's an incredible person after all. Mr. Kipe Ekoma is an amazing man. It's thanks to him I got a chance to make my dream come true. Oh! Did you just say Ekoma? Kipe Ekoma, you say, from Solo Planning. Huh? You know Mr. Ekoma? Indeed. Just met him the other day. In fact, I even got his business card. Huh? You have Mr. Ekoma's business card? Oh, never mind. My bad, my bad. I must have left it at the inn. Ah! I can't believe this. Hmm? Cersei. What is it? I figured it out, the condition. Really? What is it? It was hidden on the hand mirror all along. See that symbol over there? I just couldn't shake the feeling I'd seen it before. And sure enough, Ekoma's business card had the same symbol on it. Oh, you're right. This mirror is suspicious, and a business card with the same symbol as that suspicious hand mirror is equally suspicious. Simple as that. So that's why you threw the card away earlier. Oh, you noticed? Either way, seeing Kikuko's reaction is hearing we had one of his business cards told me everything I needed to know. Enough with the whispering already. The jig is up, young lady. The condition for your curse stone is the mysterious symbol inscribed on both the hand mirror and the business card. You see, we have nothing more to fear. Cersei, your turn. Apologies. I'm gonna have to be a bit rough. You may experience after effects. Ah! And so, we managed to apprehend Kikuko Tsutsui. Apparently, Cersei's binding spell weakens those untrained in the spiritual arts and causes them to fall into a dazed, almost intoxicated state. Before losing consciousness, Kikuko quietly surrendered and handed over the curse stone. Unfortunately, it appears she really knew nothing more about mermaids after all. She didn't have any idea how Akoma came into possession of a curse stone either. To ensure she couldn't interfere any further, we restrained her at her home and made sure she would remain asleep for the time being. Much better ending. Much later that very night, we learned that Kikuko had planned to massacre the island's residents using the hand mirror she distributed. By sheer coincidence, our actions had also prevented a mass slaughter. So, what about the curse stone? What's it like? Yeah, about that. Huh? A bronze mirror? That's right, a palm-sized bronze hand mirror. Wait, don't tell me the still-tied mirror was actually a curse stone all along. The curse stone's resentful memory doesn't seem to indicate anything like that. So the curse stone had a resentful memory too, eh? What did you learn? There's so much information, it's hard to make sense of it. Here, take a look for yourself. Don't just toss it like that. It's a curse stone, not a baseball. So you're not going to look? Of course I am. Let's see. Whoa, so this is the real deal. Oh, a mermaid. There's a mermaid on it. So this is the curse of Taira no Tomoshige that grew over 800 long years. Taira no Tomoshige? Never heard of him. He wasn't exactly what you call a historically important figure, even within the Heike. Seems that he sought out the mermaid's power of immortality to restore the Heike, but his pursuit ended in failure. That resentment, it must have dwelled within Tomoshige's bronze mirror, eventually turning it into a curse stone. Most likely. Kikuko mentioned she got her curse stone from Ikoma, right? Exactly. To think that slippery snake was sneaky enough to put the curse markers on his own business cards. That Ikoma guy's seriously dangerous. That was way too close. Good thing we were cautious, especially since it seems he was after the Tamade Bako too. Yeah, seems like working without him turned out to be the right call. Although he may grow suspicious if he can't contact Kikuko anymore. Considering he's after the Tamade Bako, there's a chance he might still chase after us. We need to keep our guard up. I think it's safe to assume he already knows about Miss Somikawa and the Tamade Bako. I do wonder why he told us to go look for the still-tied mirror, too. Well, it's not this mirror, and we've got no reason to follow his orders anyway. I'd rather try and find out more about the mermaid as soon as possible. You're right. We didn't learn anything from Kikuko. Looks like we've got no choice but to continue our investigation of the island. Shall we? Could you hold on for a moment? Huh? Someone's there. Ah! You! Alright, there's still something else here. I wonder if it's just the bad ending? We can go through and get the bad ending as well. It's really convenient that the skip forward time is on right click. I do want to give them props for that. I think in Renpi it's on control by default. So that's where I usually go first. Of course, here you go. You take one too, Cersei. Fantastic. Can't beat free. Thank you. Anyway, what we're looking for is actually a bronze mirror. A bronze mirror? You mean the type you'd see in history books? Yeah, probably. Something like that. No, I can't say I know anything about that. Shame. Sorry, I just happened to notice. Egads. A curse echo. No! Damn it! Eek! God! It hurts so much for talking. Arnav Burnham is dead. Oh my, it seems you've met with a rather unpleasant fate. This is merely conjecture on my part, but things seem to be going quite smoothly right up until Kikuko's true nature was exposed. The only one who can stop Kikuko from committing these murders is Mr. Barnum, after all. However, it appears you were holding on to something that gave her the upper hand. I would recommend you dispose of that item before incurring her wrath. Do not fret, you may start anew from the moment the standoff began. Let's just go back to the story chart from here. So we can still go back there for some reason. I wonder why that is. Let's jump up here to Obsession, and we'll go from there. Yumeko believes the key to dispelling the curse of the raging waves lies in the curse of the Forsaken Fish Curse Stone. She arrives in Kamishima to trace the steps of the two foreigners. The curse of the raging waves, curse of the Forsaken Fish Curse Stone. It's quite a mouthful. I see. So you would be Mrs. Shiki, and you say you're a member of the police department currently looking after Cersei. My apologies for all the trouble young Cersei caused you the other day. She's quite the mischievous little lady, I'm afraid. Oh, not at all. She certainly has some pluck for one so young. Took us quite by surprise, in fact. You'd be Cersei's guardian, then? Oh, no, we're related to be sure, but she's really more my guide cum bodyguard, if anything. I see. Since when was I your bodyguard as well? I'm afraid that circumstances may dictate that we have to take Cersei back to Tokyo with us, though. Is that so? That would be quite the bother. Personally, I'd rather avoid having to do so as well. There's a case here that needs our urgent attention, you see. So I'd appreciate it if you cooperated without any fuss. That would depend on what you ask, I'm afraid. We currently stand in front of the torii at the top of the hill. The elevation gives us a beautiful view of both the town and the bay. People were starting to gather at the jetty, so we decided to move our conversation here. No stickers. I like these power lines. That's a really cool visual. Do you see any stickers? Soto is keeping a close eye on Avi and Cersei for me. It's thanks to his clear understanding of our respective roles that I can focus fully on the conversation at hand. Soto, what do you make of these two? I can sense an ominous spiritual energy lingering around them. It's all but certain that they have curse stones. I see. We don't have time to play games then. It seems like a direct approach will be best here. Wait, you mean both of them have curse stones? Yes, both of them. Need to put my glasses back on. Yes, both of them. The girl is managing to camouflage the energy from the one she has, but I managed to catch sight of it for a moment. So we're dealing with two curse stones, are we? The energy from the curse of the raging waves is currently permeating the island. It's so strong I almost miss the energy from their curse stones. Cersei is currently meant to be in the care of paranormal affairs, but has been shirking her training to travel around the country instead. She's very talented for one so young, and has a lot of guts too. I can't help but root for people like her. More than anything, I know how they feel. I'd like to leave her be if possible. By the way, Cersei, I was told to tell you to return to Tokyo at once if I saw you. What? But I don't want to. I thought you'd say that. Well, I was only asked to tell you, no more, no less. What you choose to do with the message is up to you. Thanks, I think. If you want to know what happened, ask Avi. I will, thank you. This man, Avi, is apparently a fantasy writer, but he comes across as quite the shifty sort. I doubt that he'll start trying to throw us off his trail the moment he senses danger. I don't doubt he'll start trying to throw us off his trail the moment he senses danger. I'll have to watch my step around him. What were you doing down at the jetty just now? Oh, so you didn't see anything that happened before that, then? Would it be inconvenient for you if I had? Nonsense. My hands are as clean as my conscience. Not a spot in sight, I assure you. Never mind that now. We don't have the time. There are several things we want to ask you. Oh? And what would those be? First, I think we should talk about the incident this morning. Miss Somikawa was discovered washed up on the Futamigaura coast as a corpse, with half her body having been turned into a fish. Well, I'll be. To think she would meet such a fate. I'm truly sorry to hear that. This wouldn't be your doing, would it? We have eyewitness reports that you were seen 2 days ago heading out to sea with Miss Somikawa by boat. Ah, well. We did indeed head out into the bay for a little chat, but turning her into a fish? Not in a million years. What did you discuss with Miss Somikawa then? Why, what else? Mermaids, of course. Mermaids? Indeed. Cersei and I are here in Iseshima on a grand adventure to find mermaids. And we just happened to find out that Miss Somikawa was a member of a clan with a strong relation to them. Of course she would catch our interest. I see. So you knew that Miss Somikawa was a descendant of the sole survivor of Taishima. Oh, so you knew that too. I suppose I should expect nothing less of a member of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the mermaids of Taishima as well, would you? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Did you learn what you wanted from Miss Somikawa then? Oh yes, we got quite the haul of lucrative information from her. The knowledge that one of the Taishima mermaids lived hidden in the depths of Ise Bay until a scant few months ago, for one. What? Oh, that caught your interest, did it? I see. She must have been able to go back to Ryugu when the seal broke 3 months ago. So you even know about Ryugu. You seem quite well versed in these matters, Mrs. Shiki. Ha, maybe just a little bit. So, now that you know there are no longer any mermaids to be found here, have you given up looking for them? Hardly. There should be one more mermaid out there somewhere. We're here today to see if we can't glean some hint as to her whereabouts, in fact. Ah, I see. Do you know what Miss Somakawa did after you finished your talk? No. Why would I? We parted ways immediately after we got back to shore. I haven't the foggiest what happened to her after that. Where did you learn that Miss Somakawa had a link to the mermaids? I'm very sorry, but it's against my policy to reveal the identity of my informants. Is that so? Do you know what, It's no use trying to play innocent. We know you have the curse stone housing the curse of the Forsaken Fish. What's that? A curse stone? I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest what you're on about. Avi, they already know. Just give up already. What's this? Stabbed in the back? And by my own kin, no less. How could you? Its spiritual energy is too powerful to hide. I can tell that man over there has already noticed it. Thank you for your help. You saved us quite a bit of trouble just now. Does that mean you'll let us go? I'm afraid I won't be able to... I'm afraid I won't be able to just yet. No. After all, you have a curse stone as well, don't you? Yeah, I do. We ran into someone who was trying to use it earlier, so I took it off them. Is that so? Honestly, I'd rather you took it off my hands if possible. You don't seem to be planning to do any harm with it. I suppose we can leave that topic for later. So, why are you letting Avi here walk around with the curse of the Forsaken Fish? To let him live out his dreams, I suppose. I'm afraid that makes for a poor reason. All right. I admit it. It was all me. I didn't want to give it up, so I asked Circe if I could hold on to it. I just couldn't let it go, not after learning it had such a close link to mermaids. I see. So that is the curse stone for the curse of the Forsaken Fish. How did you come into possession of that curse stone? Well, that would be a bit of a long story. It all started when I found a mermaid mummy left by my great-grandmother in the old family storage back in the States. That mermaid mummy ended up containing a map, one with the riddle to be solved, no less. That riddle led us to a mysterious box on the seabed. And once we'd solved the puzzle sealing the box shut, we found this curse stone nestled within. Oh, a mermaid mummy, you say? It seems that the keepsake passed down by your ancestors was indeed a curse stone, then. Huh? By the by, I thought I heard you say something about the Onmyoji who sealed away this curse stone just now. Am I correct in thinking that they were the ancestor of this young man here? That's right. He was an Onmyoji by the name of Harukage Tsuchimikado. It's said that he had a clue to the lifting of a certain curse within a mermaid mummy, hence our search for the object in question. I see, and that mermaid mummy ended up crossing the Pacific, passing from hand to hand, until it reached my great-grandmother. It's quite the miracle that this curse stone is here with us today. Almost romantic, don't you think? I suppose you could say that, yes. There's no doubt that Miss Somakawa was transfigured into a fish by the curse of the Forsaken Fish. And it's looking extremely likely that you have the curse stone that would make that possible. No more excuses. Tell us what really happened. All right, you've got me. I'll talk. Though don't blame me if the tale ends up being too incredible for your ears. I see. It would seem Miss Somakawa had quite the twisted obsession with mermaids. And you sought to grant her wish by using the curse of the Forsaken Fish. Is that right? Correct. I know exactly how it feels, you see. The burning desire to see your dreams realized. And the overwhelming despair upon learning that they can never be. The desperate hope to see even the slightest part of your wish fulfilled at the end. Perhaps that's why I couldn't ignore her wish. The wish to meet her end at the hands of Mermaid's curse. Hearing Miss Somakawa's fervent plea and seeing her cast herself into the water like that. I knew this was the ending she wanted for her tale, and so I decided to grant it. An elegy for a woman bound by her lineage and consumed by her obsession. I see. I understand where you're coming from, and I can't say I don't sympathize with your feelings on the matter. The fact that she entered the water of her own accord must also be taken into account. I imagine it would have made rescuing her quite difficult. Oh? Then you're willing to give me a pass, are you? I'm afraid that isn't my decision to make. Once we've finished our business on Kamishima, I imagine you'll have to come along with us to the office back in Tokyo. I'll do my best to see if some sort of arrangement can be reached, though. Oh? How kind of you. Good thing I thought to ask. Thank you for telling us what happened with Miss Somikawa. As of now, I don't see any reason to doubt your version of events. My thanks. I'll leave the negotiating up to you, then. By the way, did you happen to glimpse the resentful memories contained within the curse stone? I did indeed. A veritable deluge of information, and 400-year-old information at that. Was the way to lift the curse of the raging waves included in that information? It certainly was. Ah. That's it. That's what we've been looking for. I see. So you're searching for a way to lift a curse or the other, right? That's the long and short of it. Will you let us have a curse stone of yours, then? It's too dangerous to leave unaddressed as it is, so we can't leave it with you either way. But that just feels so unfair, you know? I was the one who found the map and solved the riddle. Why, the curse stone would still be at the bottom of the sea if it wasn't for me. And it's hardly been cheap running back and forth like this. I don't know if I could just give you something so important for nothing in return. Looking to take advantage of this situation, are we? Yikes. Ha! Judge me all you want. I'm at the end of my rope here too, you know. So, what is it you're after then? Money? Well, first of all, I'd like you to turn a blind eye to the fact that I used a curse stone. And I'd like you to spill the beans on any knowledge you have on mermaids as well. Turning a blind eye might be a bit much, I'm afraid. All I can promise that there is an attempt to reach some sort of deal. In any case, we don't have time to mess around. I really would appreciate it if you cooperated without any further fuss. If you don't, we may end up having to get a bit rough. Oh, intimidation is it? But if you think your boorish threats scare me, think again. My trusty bodyguard here will... Sorry, but no. I don't feel well, and we're at a disadvantage here anyway. Gah! Over before it even began. A wise decision, young lady. So what's your game? So that's your game, is it? Abusing your authority to seize the property of a defenseless, powerless civilian. State violence. State violence, I say. You do have a curse stone, though. I doubt anyone would object to use of force against an opponent carrying a lethal weapon. What? Seriously? This is really the end of the line, then? Well, if it's really just information on mermaids you want, I'm not opposed to telling you that much. Only within the bounds of what I know, though. Would that be acceptable? What? You mean it? Really? Huzzah! Now that's an offer I can't refuse. Consider this deal done and dusted. Ma'am. It's best if we can get things settled without a fuss. Besides, I don't think it should be a problem now. I'll tell you what you want to know about mermaids, and in exchange you'll hand over the curse stone. Do we have a deal? We do indeed. So, what is it you want to know about mermaids, then? Though I'd wager you're after the secret of immortality. Immortality? Oh no. All I want is to meet a real, live mermaid. 'Tis naught but dreams and adventure that drive me. Really? That's it? Well, even if you had been after immortality, I doubt it would have been possible. What? You mean the legends about mermaids being able to grant immortality are false? They're not. I've encountered my fair share of people who have become immortal that way, after all. There's even a word for these individuals. They're known as 800-year immortals. 800-year immortals, eh? So they do exist. Incredible. What became of the third Taishima mermaid then? The one known as Nagame? She hasn't returned to Ryugu, has she? She hasn't. Sobe is the only mermaid who returned to Ryugu in the end. Oh, so she's still out there somewhere, roaming the mortal world as we speak. You could say that, but you could also say that she's no longer here. What do you mean? Don't tell me she died. Well, that also wouldn't be entirely accurate. Oh! What is it, Circe? I think I've got it. Figured it out, have you? What? Really? What do you mean? Think back on what we heard before. Before? Well, there's not much point in dragging it out, so I'll go ahead and tell you. The mermaid known as Nagame was sealed underground or was mummified. Was sacrificed? No, became human. Nagame gave up her existence as a mermaid long ago. She no longer lives as a mermaid, but as a human. Ah, now that you mention it, that does sound familiar. You mean to tell me that story was true? Oh, you'd heard these events before? I suppose Miss Somikawa must have heard about it from Sobe. But could a mermaid really have become human? Mermaids are originally from another world, right? Normally, it would be unthinkable, yes. But it seems a certain talented psychic managed to make the impossible happen, at no small cost to himself, I might add. Wow, that's amazing. I can't say I understand why she would do such a thing, though. Why not remain a mermaid? It seems like a bit of a waste to me. Well, Nagame was a bit different from the other two mermaids, you see. They were serious and dutiful, but Nagame was strongly drawn to the mortal world and to the humans who live in it. I suppose you could say that she was the opposite of Miss Somikawa, in a way. You don't say. More than anything. It seems she was particularly drawn to the idea of becoming human, finding the person of her dreams, and marrying them, of getting to be their bride. That's a pretty cute dream to have. I guess not all mermaids are the same, huh? Oh, that's a pretty cute dream to have. I guess not all mermaids are the same, huh? Indeed. To think that mermaids could harbor the same hopes and dreams as humans do. I must say she sounds quite relatable. Perhaps. I imagine she was viewed as quite the odd soul among her own kind, though. Then, a few decades ago, Nagame happened to meet a certain psychic. The two soon fell in love. And Nagame, who wanted more than anything else to become that man's wife, asked him if there was any way that she could become human. The psychic searched far and wide for a way to grant her wish, and after decades of toil, he found a secret art that would allow her to do so. Oh, such unconditional love, such ardent devotion, a mermaid who wished to become human to be with the love of her life. Why, it's like the tale of the Little Mermaid reborn in the modern era. Truly a story to grip the heart. How could I not root for them with everything I have? Are you sure? That would mean we don't have a mermaid to look for anymore, you know? No matter. If it was for the sake of such inspiring passion, then I care not a whit. So, Nagame became human in the end, yes? And the two of them lived happily ever after. I refuse to accept any other conclusion. Well, that's more or less what happened, so I can't say with certainty that Nagame the mermaid no longer exists. I see. So she's still alive out there, as a human. What a beautiful tale. Why, I wish I could meet her solely to offer my most heartfelt congratulations. No, I think wedding gifts are in order. Avi seems to be enjoying himself, but this means there's no chance of us meeting a mermaid anymore, right? Ah, now that you mention it, that is a problem. I thought so. A question, Mrs. Shiki. I don't suppose there would be a way for us to go to Ryugu and meet the mermaid there, would there? I'm afraid not. It's impossible for a flesh and blood human to cross over to the eternal world. Indeed, you'd have to be dead to have any chance of getting there. Ah, just as I feared. There's little point in getting there without a life to savor it. Although that does mean there's a chance that Miss Somikawa was able to make it to Ryugu in the end. That I don't know. Not everyone ends up in Ryugu after death, after all. I see. I suppose we'll just have to hope that she was able to meet the mermaids she so admired in the afterlife. That would be all I can tell you there. Are you willing to give us your curse stone now? Well, knowing that we have no chance of meeting a mermaid now has thoroughly dashed all of my hopes and dreams. But you did share with us a most charming tale of mermaid love and longing, so I suppose I can't complain. Here, the curse stone. Thank you. Soto, could you take a look at it for me? Very well. I see. If you don't mind, there are a few details I'd like to confirm with you before continuing, Yavi. Very well. Go ahead and ask anything you like. I'll even give you the map we used. It originally belonged to you and yours, after all. Thank you. In that case... I see. I think I know how to lift the curse of the raging waves now. Finally. It certainly has been a long road to get here. Still, you certainly are knowledgeable about mermaids. Where on earth did you get all this information from? Well, let's just say I have my sources. I suppose we can put this down to the vast knowledge of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau as well, eh? Oh, he hasn't realized yet. What do you mean? It's nothing. Don't worry about it. She's a mermaid, isn't she? There we go. Yumeko was formerly a mermaid by the name of Nagame. Unlike her more serious compatriots Hayase and Sobe, Nagame was free-spirited by nature and held a keen interest in both humans and the mortal world. She was even known to break the rules to sneak out and observe human society, something which often put her at odds with the other two mermaids and led to her being viewed as something of a maverick. When the entrance to Ryugu was sealed 400 years ago to suppress the curse of the raging waves, rendering the remaining mermaids unable to return home, Sobe was overcome by grief. However, Nagame was thrilled and seized the opportunity to travel the world at her leisure, which deepened the rift between her and Sobe. For the next 350 years, Nagame bore witness to the lives of countless humans around the globe, from every culture and era, and her yearning for life in human society continued to grow. She was particularly enamored by the concepts of marriage and becoming a... Oh my god. She was particularly enamored by the concepts of marriage and becoming a bride, finding the idea of pledging one's life to someone and living hand in hand with them from then on enthralling. It was this she found herself longing for above all else. After about 50 years ago, Nagame met a certain talented psychic in Japan. The two quickly fell in love, and Nagame, who by that point had begun to earnestly wish that she could give up being a mermaid and live among humans in the mortal world, asked him whether there was any way she could become human, wanting to fulfill her wish. The psychic began to search for a lost secret art that would allow her to assume human form. The two overcame countless hardships together in their quest for the art. And after decades of searching, they not only found it, but finally succeeded in perfecting it. However, the secret art that would grant Nagame her wish demanded a heavy price. For a mermaid, a being who lacked a mortal form in the more material world, to gain a human body, the caster's own body would have to be sacrificed. Using this art would render them unable to live side by side as humans, as they had so long to do. The two agonized over the decision, despite their decades-long search. The different worlds in which they lived continued to keep them apart. As a mermaid, Nagame could neither join him on land, nor appear before others. The life together they yearned for remained a distant dream. In the end, the two chose to use the secret art so they could be together in the mortal world, even when Nagame learned that the psychic Itensai Shiki only appeared young due to his supernatural abilities, having been born in the Edo period and already over 100 years old by that time. She loved him no less. Thus did Nagame the mermaid become Itensai Shiki's human wife, Yumeko Shiki, a name given to her by Itensai himself. Although the process of gaining a human body meant she lost many of the memories and abilities she had possessed during her time as a mermaid, she retained all those memories and feelings from her time spent with Itensai, which was more than enough for Yumeko. Since then, Yumeko has enjoyed a fulfilling life with her human nature and her relationship with the Tensai, bringing her immense joy. Because of this, she is insistent that her primary identity be that of a housewife, to the extent that she always chooses clothing that will allow her to return to tackling housework at a moment's notice. However, the human body she has gained still differs from those of regular humans. Although she appears to age slowly compared to those around her, it is entirely unknown how long her lifespan will end up being. Following her rebirth as a human, Yumeko decided to pay a visit to Sobe in the depths of Ise Bay to explain her decision and introduce her partner. Abandoning her form as a mermaid to become human was a grave violation of the rules they were bound to, and she expected Sobe to receive the news with utter contempt, if not sever her ties with Yumeko completely. But her expectations were pleasantly subverted. Sobe herself had since forged her own deep bond of love and trust with Mare Minakuchi, one that similarly transcended their respective species, and understood her feelings, thanking her for introducing a tensei to her. However, Sobe never showed herself to Yumeko again after that. After many twists and turns in their quest for happiness, the spirit of a tensei shiki, who sacrificed his body so that Yumeko could live as a human, has come to dwell in the body of a small dog, and he continues to enjoy retirement and a quiet life at Yumeko's side in his home in Tokyo to this day. Even before his retirement, and despite his current form, he remained an active force in the industry, having devoted his time to such things as taking Soto Kiryu on as his protege after discovering his potential, assisting with management of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau for old time's sake, and sending Yumeko, who knew of the Bureau and the work it did, to help out as one of its members. While aimlessly drifting from job to job, unable to find something she wanted to do, Kikuko happened to meet Kippe Ikoma, who was the president of one of the companies she ended up working for. It was then that Kippe revealed a surprising secret to her. Kikuko was in fact the illegitimate child of a wealthy tycoon, one Yoshiatsu Yamashina, and had been entrusted to a childless couple to raise as their own. Kikuko had always believed herself special in some way, and learning that she was originally of high birth only served to validate that belief, leading to her developing a strong sense of pride. Upon learning of Kikuko's background and taking note of her dissatisfaction with her current lot in life, Kippe opted to try and make her his pawn by skillfully manipulating her sense of self-importance. His endeavors paid off. Tired of what she perceived as a stifling, monotonous life, and driven by both her admiration for Kippe and desire to be recognized by Yoshiatsu so she could live the life she believed she deserved, Kikuko agreed to return to Kamishima and act as his agent there. Fueled by her ambitions and exhilarated by the sense that she had become the star of one of those spy movies that had been so popular in her childhood, Kikuko's mind was set. She no longer cared if people died or her hometown was destroyed, as long as it meant she could fulfill her goals. Is that everybody? That's everybody. Let's move on to the topic of Circe's curse stone, shall we? Oh, right. Here it is. One of the locals we ran into earlier was planning to use this curse stone to cause a massacre, so we confiscated it. Goodness, that's far more disturbing than I was imagining. It sounds like you were lucky to escape unscathed. Where is this local now? We managed to subdue her after taking her curse stone. I don't think she'll wake up for a while, so could you get someone to come and take her away? All right, we'll make the necessary arrangements later. So, who was this would-be mass murderer, and what exactly was she planning to do? She said her name was Kikuko Tsutsui. She didn't have any spirit sense to speak of, though. She tried to use her curse stone to get Avi to tell her what he knew about mermaids, but we managed to fend her off and take it from her. That's right, she had hand mirrors and business cards marked with a symbol that serves as the target for the curse, and handed them out around the island in advance for whenever she needed to activate it. A premeditated crime, in other words, and quite a serious one, too. A thorough one, too. That was quite a dangerous position you were in. I'll say, if we hadn't caught on to her intentions, I've no doubt we'd be sleeping with the fishes by now. Such is the nature of dealing with curses, I'm afraid. You never know when you might end up the target. No need to tell me twice. I've had quite enough of curses by this point. A prudent attitude. A curse's corruption starts from the heart. Indeed. I'll be sure to remember that. Did you learn what this Kikuko was after in the end? To be honest, I wasn't all that sure myself. Apparently, she was looking to get her hands on a mermaid to impress some tycoon called Yamashina. It seems he's looking for a way to become immortal. What? A tycoon called Yamashina who wants to become immortal? It couldn't be. Oh, you know him? Did she mention where she got the curse stone from? Could Yamashina have given it to her? Actually, it seems like that was someone else. As Kikuko would tell it, she's Yamashina's illegitimate child, but he refused to acknowledge her. While she was pondering ways to gain his approval, this young CEO, his apprentice, swooped in. He offered her a sympathetic ear. And a curse stone to use to accomplish her goal. I think that was the long and short of it. Something like that, yeah. What? So there's someone else involved. Turns out we knew the CEO she was talking about too. We were pretty shocked. So the CEO was the original owner of the curse stone, was he? What was his name? He's a young man named Kippe Akoma, although I dare say young isn't the first word that would come to mind when looking at him. What? Kippe Akoma? It can't be. Huh? You know him too? No, perhaps they simply share a name. The Kippe Akoma we know should have died 6 years ago. Huh? Died? What do you mean? Would you mind taking a look at this, Avi? A portrait sketch? And who might this be? The Kippe Akoma you know wouldn't happen to look like this, would he? Kippe Akoma? Oh no, he doesn't look like this at all. Yep, that's him. That isn't him. I see. Could you give us the curse stone you have, Cersei? Sure. Here you go. Soto, would you mind taking a look at this one, too? Of course. Ah, this is the curse of Tomoshige, and has the power to cleave its target in two. Ma'am, this is it, the curse from the Tobo case. I thought so. What? What's gotten everyone so excited all of a sudden? Right. I suppose we should explain. The name of the man in the sketch I just showed you is Kippe Akoma. He was killed 6 years ago, and his skeletal remains were recently found in Toba. The cause of his death was a curse, one that kills its victims by slicing through them, bone and all. In other words, it's highly likely he was killed by the curse within this curse stone, the curse of Tomoshige. Huh? Wait, but wouldn't that mean... You're telling me that this Kippe Akoma was killed 6 years ago by a curse wielded by Kippe Akoma? Yes, in other words... The Kippe Akoma you know, the company president, is a different man. He used his curse to kill the real one 6 years ago and assumed his identity. What? You're telling me he isn't the real Akoma? I see. So that's how it is. In that case, just who is the man calling himself Kippe Akoma now? I can't say, but it seems like he's quite the dangerous fellow. Good thing we managed to take his curse down, I'll say. Yeah, at the very least we shouldn't have to worry about him using his curse anymore. By the way, I believe you said that this Akoma is Yoshiatsu Yamashina's apprentice. If that's the case, the Yamashina had someone working for him who had a curse stone. Could Yamashina have been pulling the strings from behind the scenes? It's possible. We should get in touch with Detective Ide and see if he can't take Yamashina in for questioning. With any luck, he'll be able to detain Akoma as well. Ah! Is something wrong? We kind of already told Akoma about the Forsaken Fish curse stone. He did help us out earlier, after all. It only felt fair. I suppose we can assume that the information has reached Yamashina as well, then. Oh, right. He also asked us to look for a bronze mirror that's used to lift the curse of the raging waves. The Steel-Tide mirror, I think. Excuse me. The Steel-Tide mirror, eh? Just what could he be planning? Either way, it seems we'll have to keep an eye out for any movement on his end. Ah yes, we were hoping you could do us a little favor, Circe. It seems you don't have a mermaid to be searching for anymore, so perhaps you could use that extra time to help us out. What do you think, Avi? Very well. Permission granted. How kind of you. It's nothing strenuous, I assure you. We just want you to find out Kippe Akoma's current whereabouts, that's all. Oh, so just an ordinary chore then. We want to focus on getting the curse of the raging waves lifted as soon as possible, you see. It would be a huge help if you could pin him down in the meantime. He's definitely up to something, and most importantly, you know what he looks like. We'll ask a detective from the Mie police to look into things there too, but one can never be too cautious. Both his true identity and the goal remain unclear, but be very careful when dealing with them. I guess that means we'll have to go back to the mainland for now. We do have some time left before the last ferry is set to sail, I suppose. Okay then, I do want to find out what's going on too, so we'll see what we can do there. It seems we'll be helping you out with your work, then, in that case. Please do consider putting in a word on my behalf. All right. I'll see what I can do. We appreciate the help. If you learn anything of note, leave a message at the station, all right? Got it. I suppose we should see about lifting the curse of the raging waves, then. Let's get in touch with Detective Ide first. We can find Wakamura after that, see if we can't get him to cooperate. Understood. Let's be on our way, then. Alright, where are we now? Point of contact. Before we get into this chapter, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back. Point of contact, Sato Shiranami. From Unkonkudono to the curse of the raging waves, Sato and Tsukasa run around the island searching for answers to the mountain of problems before them. Let's think back to what has happened. After calming down Tsukasa, who had the wrong idea after seeing me with Shotaro by the beach, I explained at the Kanta Kisho ruins that I was immortal and that Mr. Wakamura was planning to hand me over to someone called Nkonkodono. The two of us searched for a way to stop the curse of the raging waves. We also stopped by the Wakamura home to apologize to Shotaro, but he wasn't there. After that, we met with Suyu, and I learned about who Mari Minakuchi truly was, as well as how the curse of the raging waves had been kept at bay by the bronze mirror she left behind. We also ran into Azami. He looked desperate, saying that Kameshimaru hand mirror that Kikuko had given me was dangerous and was going around collecting them. Tsukasa and I handed ours over to him too. Then, after that, can't find Mr. Wakamura anywhere. We need to tell him about the bronze mirror as soon as possible. Yeah. Oh. It's those two. Oh, yeah, they're the ones who were looking for the old man's place. Excuse me. Oh, if it isn't Sato, good timing. I've got something to discuss if you don't mind. Oh, all right. I actually have something to ask myself. Huh? Since when did you get to know each other? Oh, right. We actually talked a bit after the last time we met. These two are from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. They're here to lift the curse of the raging waves. Wait, seriously? Since when does the police deal in curses? We're a special unit dedicated to things like this. I hope we can be of help. You end up passing through this intersection no matter where you go on the island. A narrow path with a gentle breeze makes for a nice peaceful afternoon. Huh. I swear I just saw something catch light behind me for a second. I don't see anything behind me. I don't have a mirror, I don't think, so I can't look for the, look for the samurai. Sticker. Keychain. Sato, is something wrong? Oh, no, it's just that there's this Kameshi Maru keychain lying here on the ground. Ah, you're right. Who just chucked the poor thing out here? Yeah, I almost missed it. I'll rescue it. I don't want to take it. There's an old well here. These days, most houses have running water, so it isn't used anymore. In the story that Tsuyu told us earlier, the bronze mirror was apparently found at the bottom of this very well. I can't even imagine how Mari managed to find it here. That's some real tenacity. She was going well diving? Well, actually. You all see a sticker? There it is. Collect 10 Mockingbird stickers. See the Tori through different eyes. I wonder what that means. Is that everything? She seems like she's accepting it, but even Tsukasa probably didn't get everything from that quick explanation. Can't blame her, though. I still don't fully understand it myself. You spoke with them yesterday, Sato. Yeah, they're specialists from a special unit called the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. They even saw right through me. Wait, you mean they figured out you're immortal? Yep, first time anyone's managed that. Wow, I guess real professionals can figure out things like that. But why is she dressed like a housewife? She doesn't look like police at all. That cloak must be so hot. How does he stay so calm and collected? Mind if I start from my side then? Oh, not at all. The good news is we figured out how to lift the curse of the raging waves. Really? You have? Whoa, seriously? That's huge. The bad news is that we need a few things to do it. We're in the middle of tracking them down. If that's the case, let us help you. Yeah, what do you need? Well, the first is called the Still-Tide Mirror, a mirror used to hold back the curse of the raging waves. I know it. We know where that is. At least I think we do. You do? We just heard about it from Tsuyu Minakuchi. I see. 5 years ago, Mari Minakuchi tried to break the curse with that mirror, but it failed. That explains why people blamed her for the Southern Sea disaster. If that mirror from back then is still here, then it is very likely to be the Still-Tide Mirror. Yes, that was what I wanted to talk to you about too. I see. Thank you. Sounds like the pieces are coming together. Thank you for your time the other day. Oh, not at all. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. But there is still one more piece we need, a descendant of the Taishima people. Which likely means Mari Minakuchi's son, Yuza Minakuchi, would be our best candidate. Yeah, that should work. Do you know where he is now? Not sure. We've been looking too since we wanted to pass along what Tsuyu told us. Alright, we'll go search for him. Really? That would be a huge help. We'll go and secure the mirror. Time is tight. If we split up, we'll need a point of contact in case we can't find each other. Could one of you stay in one place and handle communications between us? Good plan. Could one of you take that on? Point of contact? It'd be best if it was Tsukasa. I'll go look for Yuza. Tsukasa, do you mind being a point of contact? Me? Sure, no problem. Let's see then. I'll wait by the community hall on Chuo Street. There's also a phone there we could use. Okay, we'll make contact there if anything happens. Thank you. That will be a big help. Alright then, we'll retrieve the bronze mirror first, then track down Yuza Minakuchi and work on lifting the curse. Okay then, Sato. Good luck! If you find Yuza, please tell him everything that Tsuya told us. I will. Leave it to me. So, Sato and then Yuza? Seems good. Sato entrusts Tsukasa with being the point of contact while she goes to search for Yuza Minakuchi. After that, I met with Yuza and told him what I'd heard about, from Tsuyu and Mrs. Shiki, that we needed him to come to the community hall to lift the curse of the raging waves. But after that, I headed somewhere else, this time for my own purposes. I'm just guessing here, so I don't actually know. Hello? Is anyone home? Who am I kidding? I know no one is here. Sliding glass door that leads out to an outdoor spot to dry laundry. Doesn't get much sun, though. A built-in cupboard fits snug against the wall. You can tell it's been here a long time. These kinds of cupboards help the room feel less cramped. I was so impressed the first time I saw one. Modern design sure is smart. The inside, though, is a bit messy. Tsuyu tends to toss anything in here to get it out of the way. A calendar handed out by the local association. There's one at Wakamura's place, too. This one's still showing last month, though. There's a circle around the day that marks the day Yuza came home. She must have been really looking forward to it. I visited this room so many times while helping look after Tsuyu. The owner is away, but people on this island don't usually lock up all that tightly. I had also been asked to come while they were out to help with chores, so by now I know this place well. This is the Minakuchi family's altar. There are memorial tablets for Tsuyu's husband, her son Tosuke, and her daughter-in-law Mare here. I'm sure she never expected they'd all go before her. It must have been hard to deal with. It's an altar shelf. Buddhist objects and keepsakes are neatly arranged on it. It also has something Tsuyu once showed me. Here it is. There's something about it, but I can't put my finger on what. It really is just as beautiful as ever. I shouldn't just take it, so let me put it back on the shelf where it belongs. Oh, what's this? Mockingbird number 4. A light with a wooden frame. Looks like this design evolved from those old lamps with paper shades. I'm glad this older look still turns up here and there. This chest of drawers is mostly just Tsuya's clothes. I've helped put away the laundry, so I have a rough idea of what goes there, but there's still her personal things, so I shouldn't open it while she isn't here. All sorts of things are scattered on the floor here. Even with this much storage, people still leave things lying about. Guess some things will never change. Is that everything? A household shrine for the sea god. Almost every home around here has one. Before heading out to sea, everyone always stops to pray here first. Once they come back safe, they pay respects again to give thanks. It's a table. One of those really low tables that's perfect for flipping over. I know because I see it on TV all the time. But with nothing on it, there's not much point in flipping it over, is there? Okay, I'm here. Guess let's head out. Oh, there they are. Okay, let's think about what I need to do now. These two have a special box called a Tamare Bako. I need to get it from them, no matter what. I have to find a way to convince them to hand it over. This is the only chance I'm going to get. I'll share what I know bit by bit to hook their interest and negotiate from there. Really not sure I can pull this off, but I have to try. I don't think there would be 2 stickers in one chapter, but maybe. There's a small lookout plaza in front of the lighthouse where you can see the sea, probably meant for tourists. Come to think of it, I've never really come here at all that much. Nothing? A lighthouse is such an amazing thing. One single beam of light can guide so many ships. Back in the day, if you wanted to sail at night, you waited for clear, starry skies or lit bonfires along the shore. It was a lot of work. Excuse me? You rang? Yes. Could I speak with you for a moment?
Permission granted.
Thank you. Oh, don't mind him. He always gets a little carried away. Right. So, you're Avi, an author, and Cersei here is your guide.
Indeed. Great to meet you, Sato.
I've actually heard talk about you around the island.
Oh, really? It would seem we've become quite famous in these parts.
I'd say we're more on the infamous side, but sure. Hello. Oh, hello. That's interesting. I sense something peculiar about you. Huh? Do you? It's definitely strange, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Are you really human? Huh? I think so.
Hey now, Cersei, that's an awfully rude thing to say to someone. Do forgive her, she still doesn't quite know how to start a conversation.
No, it's fine. Wow, her blonde hair is so beautiful. I've never seen it in person before. And her outfit also looks so unusual. Maybe it's traditional clothing from her country. Now that I think about it, this is my first time meeting someone from overseas. They do feel different somehow, but I can't quite put it into words. Sorry. No, really, it's fine. I heard you were searching for a mermaid. Is that true?
Oh, tell me, young lady, do you perchance know of a mermaid? Because if so, you must tell.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know anything about any specific mermaid. Oh, please don't look so disappointed. I feel bad now. You see, I'm rather interested in mermaids, so I was hoping I could ask you a little bit more about them.
Now you look both disappointed and annoyed.
Did I say something wrong? Well, the last person who asked the same thing nearly cursed us to death. What?
Indeed, the people on this island are nothing but trouble. I've had enough of it. You're the same, aren't you? You're just after immortality like everyone else, admit it.
Well, I need to steer the conversation toward the Tamare Bako. What should I say? Yes, I must become immortal. Everything depends on it. If you know anything, I sincerely ask you to tell me.
Ha! There it is, your true colors. I knew it. You think I'd just hand over the Tamare Bako I struggled so hard to obtain?
Oh, so you really have the Tamare Bako?
Huh? What's that? I never heard of this Tamare Bako.
But you just said you wouldn't hand it over to me.
No. You are mishearing things, young lady. I have no idea what you speak.
Please, I really need it.
Alas, young lady, our research has made one thing clear. Trying to meet a mermaid in this place is futile.
Huh?
You see, that's why we decided to give up on Issei Bay mermaids, take in the sights of Kamishima, and head home. There are mermaid legends scattered all across the world. We have all the time in the world to begin to search anew.
Oh, so it really is that hopeless.
Plus, we can't linger on this island much longer anyway. Circe's condition and duties are also starting to be an issue, you see, so we must be taking our leave here.
Hold on.
They left.
Damn, that was no good. Can we retry that one? No, not at all. You've got it all wrong.
Oh, then why are you after a mermaid?
Well... You see, I want to find a mermaid because I need to thank them.
Oh, fascinating. Don't tell me. You were once saved by one in the past.
No, not quite.
And what do you need to thank one for?
I'm sorry, I made that up. I just want to find and meet one, that's all.
Oh, so that's your only reason.
So, do mermaids really exist?
As it happens, 400 years ago, there was an island near here called Taishima. There are legends that tell of 3 mermaids who lived there, Hayase, Sobe, and Nagame.
Oh, so there were 3.
But sadly, even after all our painstaking research, we've confirmed that meeting any of the 3 is now hopeless.
What? No way.
So my advice on meeting mermaids is this, and this alone. It's time to give up, unless you happen to know things we don't, of course.
Oh, I see.
You see, that's why we decided to give up on Issei Bay mermaids and take in the sights of Kamishima and head home. There are mermaid legends scattered all across the world.
It really is that hopeless.
Plus, we can't linger on this island, Circe's condition. Hold on.
Right. Think through the plan. Talk to them. Admit. Please, I need it no matter what.
Oh, look at the fire in those eyes. Looks like there's more to this. Very well, tell me your tale. If it rouses my spirit as an author, then I might just be persuaded to hand the box over.
Really? All right, let me explain. I'll tell you, but you have to promise that you won't tell anyone else about this.
Of course, I swear it. My lips are sealed tighter than a well-corked bottle.
Is that supposed to be reassuring?
Don't worry. We won't go breaking any promises.
All right, then. Where do I even start? The truth is, I'm what is known as an 800-year immortal. I'm already immortal.
Huh? What? Is all that true?
Wait, are you trying to say that you are that Osato from Kusawa, the real one? Ah, yes, that's probably me.
Whoa, so that's why you're doing all this.
Wait, no way, are you being serious? Yes, completely serious, which is why I need that Tamade Bako no matter what.
You realize what you're saying is crazy, right? Anyone else would be dead against it.
Please, all I need is that Tamade Bako. Avi, what do you think?
Are you sure you're alright with this? I can hardly call it sane.
Yes, this is what I want more than anything.
Very well, in that case. Amazing! Such stunning spirit. I'll be happy to support that resolve, even if I stand alone. This must be the reason I found the Tamade Bako in the first place. Here, take it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Now that we know the situation, it only makes sense for you to have it. You should have just said so sooner. That said, I would also like to know how things turn out, so be sure to let us know, okay?
Of course. I won't forget this kindness as long as I live.
Ha! Think nothing of it. But that does mean that I should apologize to you, Cersei, after all that trouble we went through to get it.
Well, you seem enthused by this turn of events. If you're happy with your choice, I don't mind.
Also, as I'm sure you already know, you'll still need mermaid flesh.
I know. I'll figure something out.
Oh, so you do have a lead on a mermaid. I'm intrigued, but I'll leave it at that for now. One more thing. Carrying the Tamade Bako may draw some unsavory types. Be careful.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Well, we're heading back to the mainland to look for them anyway.
Ah, yes. After sightseeing on Kamishima, we were supposed to return post-haste.
I see. Well, thank you, and good luck.
It also has something Suyu once showed me. Here it is. There's something about it, but I can't put my finger on what. It really is just as beautiful as ever. I shouldn't just take it, so let me put it back on the shelf where it belongs. Wait, what? I thought that's what we were doing here. Okay, I'm here.
Put it in the Tamade Bako, you asshole.
I don't get it. Did I have this trouble with the first game? Were there things where I was like, you know, just do the thing, and it was like, no. I don't remember that, but it's been a while, so it's possible. All right, to the sanctuary. After taking steps to distract Kikuko from her plot to unleash a curse that will cause a mass murder on Kamishima, Yuza asks Azami to retrieve the hand mirrors Kikuko distributed across the island. Shortly after, Yuza is summoned for an audience with Yumeko Shiki.
Ah, there you are. You're Yuza Minikuchi, correct? That's me. I was told to come here, so here I am.
Huh? Were you sent here too, Azami? Who, me? Nah, I was just passing by when I heard about what was going on, so I decided to wait here for you.
Thanks, Azami. So, as I understand it, you're the two brave police officers who were sent out here from Tokyo.
To deal with the curse of the raging waves.
Brave? I wouldn't go that far. My name is Yumeko Shiki, and this is Soto Kiryu.
Pleased to meet you.
Am I mistaken, or did the two of you just visit Kamishima yesterday as well? It almost seemed as if you ran away at the sight of me. Did I do something to scare you off? Dear me, you noticed us, did you? My apologies. I will explain everything shortly. Ah, but before I forget, that fellow over there has business with you as well, Yuza.
Huh? Mr. Wakamura! He was fairly suspicious of us at first, but it seems we have finally earned his trust. He has kindly agreed to assist us in putting an end to the curse of the raging waves.
Wait, really?
Really? But tell me, is it true you're already familiar with this curse? That's what your friend here told us.
Yeah, more or less.
Good. Then it seems we're all up to speed. The rays of sunlight beaming down amidst this stifling humidity are accompanied by a chorus of cicadas that somehow intensifies the heat. It sounds awful. I think we've already been here, so I don't think there's a sticker we haven't found yet. But I'm going to look around just in case. I'm not seeing anything. He's probably working his gray matter into overdrive trying to keep up with everything that's going on. I wish there was time to explain everything properly. Honestly, I barely understand all this myself. That reminds me, any luck with those hand mirrors, Azami?
No worries there. I got them all back.
Every last one? You must be the fastest mirror collector in Japan. I knew I could count on you. Thanks, Azami. Oh! Are you talking about the mirrors Kikuko Tsutsui was handing out earlier?
Huh? How'd you know?
I, realized they were dangerous, so I had Azami collect them all. Really? Does that mean you figured out they were the targets of a curse?
Wait, you knew about that? So it's true. What's the deal with these things anyway?
I see. So these curse stones can be used to kill people instantly. But since Kikuko's curse stone was confiscated, the danger's passed.
Phew, what a relief.
What I want to know is how you found out that Kikuko intended to use those hand mirrors as the targets of her curse to begin with. About that. I'm not sure you'll believe me, but... What? You encountered Tomo Kazuki while you were diving and it showed you a vision. That's long and short of it. Any idea what it means? Paranormal encounters are your area of expertise, after all. I have known instances of phenomena capable of instilling memories. However, your experience does not seem to fit with any of them. I wonder why the thing looked like you. That's the strangest part in my book.
Hold up, you don't think this Tomo Kazuki could be a kind of curse, do you? It is true that some curses are accompanied by phantoms known as curse echoes. Yet, as the apparition Yuza encountered warned him of impending danger, it seems unlikely to have been the product of a harmful curse. That being said, I am afraid I cannot begin to guess its true nature.
You're done?
Well, at least that hand mirror curse is dealt with. That's a load off our minds.
Right, but we're not done yet. One calamity down, one to go.
Oh yeah, guess we can't relax till the curse of the raging waves is broken too.
I can't put my finger on it, but there's something mysterious about this woman. And I had no idea there were actually police officers who handled supernatural incidents. This man is Mrs. Shiki's assistant. Apparently he's not officially with the police. Right now he's just quietly following orders. But for some reason I get the feeling he's the type who's really scary when they're angry.
Regarding that being you encountered, Yuza, what you called the Tomo Kazuki.
While it does seem to resemble the Tomo Kazuki featured in the folklore of this region, I suspect it was something else entirely. Why? What are the Tomo Kazuki anyway? They are both the spirits of Ama divers who were lost beneath the waves in the past, and malevolent spirits born of the fear Ama divers harbor towards accidents at sea. Oh, shouldn't you be out exorcising them then? The latter type of spirit is the most numerous, so long as these fears persist, they will always return. However, they do not possess sufficient power to cause real harm. So long as you carry the proper charms, they cannot affect you. So those Simon and Domon symbols aren't just for show, huh?
Indeed, that is why I cannot but wonder what it is you truly encountered down there.
To be frank, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you as soon as possible. But I understand you must have questions, so we'll come back to that later. For now, ask me whatever you'd like. So Mr. Wakamura has been trying to end the curse of the raging waves too, huh? So, you found out about the curse of the raging waves then, eh, boy? Yeah, to an extent anyway. I always figured your mother was behind it, and that she was descended from them raiders, but... Wait, really? That's why you blame my mom for the disaster? Well, you had it all wrong. Turns out she's a descendant of the Taishima Islanders, the victims. Seems you know more than you're letting on. Oh no, that's just what Gran said. Tsuyu knew about this too, eh? Suppose I should have known. But see here, your mother tried to end the curse 5 years ago and failed, didn't she? If that's what brought on the disaster, I wasn't so far off after all, was I? Be that as it may, I still owe you an apology for pinning the curse on your mother all this time. Especially seeing as she was the one who found the bronze mirror and held the curse back for us. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. That's nice to hear. Good on you, Mr. Wakamura. At least you can admit when you've made a mistake. Huh. When your own instructor comes along and tells you to change your views, what choice do you have? Instructor? Are you talking about that sorcerer friend of yours? That's right. We discovered the sorcerer's identity. From there, it wasn't too difficult to reach an understanding. That's how we earned this fellow's cooperation as well. Seems I misjudged you. If my instructor says you're the real deal, then I reckon you must be. But just to be sure now, you do have a way to end this curse of the raging waves, yes? I can trust you on that? Yes, there are still a few points we need to confirm, but it is guaranteed to work. Huh, if that's true, then I suppose I won't be needing Unkonku Dono's help anymore. Unkonku Dono? You mean to say that Yamashina has known of a way to break the curse all along? Well, you know about Unkonku Dono too, eh? As a matter of fact, just yesterday he told me out of the blue he'd found a way to end it. Said he'd tell me what it was on the condition I brought him Sado Shiranami. Huh. Information he got from the coma, I've no doubt. And he asked for the girl. I see. You were prepared to hand her over. Isn't she a relative of yours? Huh. So what if I was? That's got nothing to do with you. If you say so. In any case, the information Yamashina had for you must be the same as what we have to share. So there's no longer any need for you to betray your own kin. I'll hold you to that. All the same, I'm not sure. Something else troubling you? According to you, when Mari Minakuchi failed to break the curse, it brought on the disaster 5 years ago, but is that really the truth? What are you getting at? Well, if that still-tied mirror worked as it should, there wouldn't have been no disaster, would there? That only leaves one possibility, don't it? That the Raging Waves curse-bearer was stirring up trouble. By curse-bearer, I assume you mean a descendant of the raiders of Taishima. Exactly. If someone of that lineage got anywhere near the southern sea, the wrath of the Taishima would churn up those waters into a maelstrom. Anyhow, my instructor swears that the true cause of the disaster 5 years ago, and I'm inclined to agree. So that's your theory, is it? Now I understand why you suspected Mari Minakuchi's heritage. Though I gather this instructor of yours never actually accused her of being the curse-bearer. True, never were sure on that point. Said we couldn't be certain given how it'd been 5 years and all. But all things considered, who could blame me for being suspicious of her? No one knew where she came from. I don't wish to doubt your instructor, but I'm not sure how much water this theory holds. Yet we cannot rule it out entirely, given what we know of the sorcerer's powers. So, you're skeptical, eh? Not as if you have a better idea, though, is it? While you do have a point, the issue remains. If Mare wasn't the curse-bearer, who else could it have been? Well, I can't say I figured out that one yet, but... Sorry to interrupt, but I have something to say. Yes? Assuming my mom wasn't the Raging Waves curse-bearer, I have a theory. See, I've read over the reports of the incident again and again, and there's something I noticed. Oh, and what might that be? Well, there's another possible cause? Or there's another suspect? This isn't the work of a curse. It could be a natural disaster. Coincidental timing. What's in the reports? I'm going to guess it's just another suspect. Captain Kyokichi Kumoi? Or the Captain Yukiji Nishikawa? It's either the Ome or the Daiichi. Let's go with the Omoi for now. See if that works. I remember reading that the identity of one of the passengers aboard the Ome Maru was unknown. Couldn't they have been the curse bearer? Interesting. Well, Mr. Wakamura, what do you know of this mysterious individual? The Ome Maru, that was Yukiji Nishikawa's boat. As I recall, according to the Department Declaration, the Ome Maru had taken someone on board, someone in business on the mainland who had research to do. But as no name was given, no one had a clue who they were. Oh, and I thought the point of these declarations was to keep a record in case of an accident. Sounds to me like someone was careless. Huh, can't deny that. So this passenger was never identified? No, but mind you, eyewitness reports say that when the Ome Maru set sail that day, the captain was alone on board. So maybe he picked them up from the mainland, or maybe they never boarded to begin with. Who's to say? But do you think it's possible this person could have been the curse bearer? Could be, if it wasn't Mare. It'd make for a hell of a coincidence, though. Unfortunately, since the Nishikawa fellow isn't around, there's no way to find out. Well, I've already apologized, so I can't say that much concerns me anymore. All I care about now is putting an end to the curse of the raging waves. Are you done? And you're done. And you're done. This building is where the neighborhood association meetings are held. Tsukasa must have made the most of her family ties to gain free access to it as a relay station. Apparently, Tsukasa's still inside, waiting to handle the communications. Lucky. I bet it's nice and cool in there with the air conditioner on. Where shall we begin? 400 years ago, an Onmyoji sailed the entrance to Ryugu in an attempt to contain the curse of the raging waves, and left behind instructions as to how the curse could be broken after 400 years had elapsed. There are 3 steps that must be followed. Just 3, huh? First, thou must unbind my seal, risen from the depths within the iron box. We did that. Second, thou must offer the still-tide mirror bequeathed by the sacrifice to the sanctuary. We have that. Third, let those who share blood with the lost souls of Taishima be the ones to offer appeasement. That's Yuza. That should be the wording, if I remember correctly. Let's consider each of the steps in turn. First, as to the iron box, that refers to the container in which these instructions were kept. It surfaced when the entrance to Ryugu was unsealed. It stands to reason that the seal mentioned in the first step must also have appeared somewhere. What is the seal, anyway? It's the Onmyoji's own symbol, the same symbol used to seal the entrance to Ryugu. This is what it looks like. I expect we'll find a mark identical to the one on this map somewhere on the sea floor. The marked location is likely the sanctuary mentioned in the second step. It should be in the vicinity of Kamishima. That would make it somewhere near the place where I went diving this morning. Oh, come to think of it, I did see a symbol like that on the seafloor. You're certain? Yeah, it was definitely the same symbol. It was covered in chains. I guess we'll need to break them. That may be what the Onmyoji meant by unbind. Sounds like the first step won't give us too much trouble, at least. On to the next, then. The second step centers around the still-tied mirror bequeathed by the sacrifice. That's gotta be the mirror Mari Minakuchi found, which we have just retrieved from the shrine in the bay. From what I heard, the mirror is what's been holding the curse in check all these years. That's right, and now it must be offered to the sanctuary. The former site of the Taishima sanctuary should lie in that area. Perhaps this is the location we seek. In that case. I reckon the hole where I encountered the Tomokazuki is the most likely spot. After all, it only appeared a few months back. I can't think of anywhere else it could be. That does seem likely. The only problem is there's no way through. Huh? How's that? Well, there's a powerful current in there. Go in too far and it'd drag you down to the depths in an instant. That does not strike me as a natural phenomenon. It's possible the sanctuary lies within. And perhaps one must have the still-tied mirror in hand. To pass through safely. That makes sense. Then it seems the way forward is clear as far as the first two steps are concerned. Right, that just leaves the third. The final instruction stipulates that a descendant of the Taishima Islanders must carry out these tasks, meaning you, Yuza. So that's why I was called here, huh? First, I'll need to find the seal on the seafloor and unbind it. After that, all that's left is to take the still-tied mirror through the hole and offer it to the sanctuary. We're counting on you, Yuza. If you pull this off, the curse of the raging waves should be broken for good. Let's hop to it then. I'll take you out in the boat. Thanks, Azami. Sounds like this is a job for the patron saint of diving. The patron saint? Who are you talking about? Don't worry about it. It's a private joke. Well, I do hope you're taking this seriously, Yuza. The fate of this curse rests with you. Don't worry, I'll get it done. Breaking curses is what living legends like me were made for. Ha! Is that so? Glad to hear it. But before you go, I have one last question to ask you, Yuza. Oh? And what would that be? Well, how should I put this? It's a delicate subject. Mind if I have a private word? Huh? So, what did you want to talk about? Just so we're clear, if you're looking to grow pearls, I don't know anything about that. That would require delicate handling, but that's not what I meant. Yuza, when you got caught in that disaster 5 years ago, did you by chance encounter a mermaid? Huh? I did, but how did you know about that? Good of you to tell the truth. That makes this easier. As for how I know, that would be because it's the only possible explanation. Meaning? Come now, Yuza. A mermaid has cursed you with immortality. You're an 800-year immortal. What? You can't hide the truth from me. These eyes don't lie. I assume it occurred during the disaster 5 years ago. You must have nearly died. But then you were revived by a mermaid and made immortal. Surely you must have realized this by now. Yeah. You got me. I'm an immortal boy with an undying body. Why did this happen to you, I wonder? I wish I knew. If you can tell me more about it, would you mind filling me in? I suppose that's only fair. What would you like to know? I was wondering, does me being immortal have anything to do with my mom? I mean, is there any chance she could have been a mermaid?
None whatsoever.
Aw. In all likelihood, you received your immortality from a mermaid, Sobe. You see, Mari Minakuchi was a descendant of the clan that was tasked with escorting Sobe back to Ryugu. That much I'm certain of. Is that why she tried to break the curse of the raging waves 5 years ago? I can only assume so. However, as the seal over the entrance to Ryugu had yet to break, things didn't go as planned. Does this mean Sobe could still be nearby? Maybe she's living in the sea around Kamishima. I'm afraid there's little chance of that. See, when the entrance to Ryugu was unsealed 3 months ago, Sobe would have been able to return home. Oh. Well, I guess that means Mom's duty was fulfilled in the end. That's something, at least. Do you know of any way I could meet this mermaid? You don't give up easily, huh? Are you another mermaid fan? Another fan? Those foreigners who visited the island recently were also very keen on meeting a mermaid. Oh, you mean that author and his young guide? Sure do. You've spoken with them, I take it. Actually, no, I never met them. But I saw them when I had that vision. Is that so? Well, all I can tell you is the same thing I told them. Meeting a mermaid is no longer possible. Does that mean there's no way to visit Ryugu then, either? The thing is, Ryugu is pretty close to what's typically referred to as the afterlife. You might say it's a space between our world and the land of the dead. There's no way to travel there, none at all. Sorry, no. You'll just have to accept that. Except he's immortal, so he can travel there. Earlier you said a mermaid cursed me? What exactly did you mean by that? Just what it sounds like. For 800 years you'll be incapable of aging or dying. What is that but a curse? Your very existence defies the laws of nature. You can hardly be termed human. You are now an anomalous being, something closer to a spirit. Though, for that matter, I'm in no position to talk. Huh? Still, I do feel for you. What possessed her to curse you, a mere child? I should like to know. I always thought that mermaid saved my life. Was I wrong? Well, that depends on how you look at things. Personally, I wouldn't call what she did saving you at all. At the end of the day, she saddled you with an existence worse than death. Is it that terrible? It's only been 5 years. The people around you probably think you're a late bloomer. But giving it another decade or two, and your static appearance will start to stand out. And should you ever meet with a would-be fatal accident in public, it's all over for you. If your immortal nature is exposed, you'll be bombarded with public scrutiny at best. At worst, you'll be captured and experimented on. Either way, from that moment on, you'll never be able to lead a normal life in human society again. Humans have always coveted immortality. Countless dream of it even today. But the reality is, only the first few decades of your existence are bound to be enjoyable. It's only going to get harder for you as time goes on. Humans were never meant to live for hundreds of years. A lifespan that long is unendurable. And speaking as a member of law enforcement, the existence of immortal beings must be kept hidden, or all sorts of problems can arise. Problems? Like what? Well, it's not easy to keep a lid on these things. It's not as easy to keep a lid on things these days, and it doesn't take much to incite a panic or start a war. Just last year, there was that ruckus over the right of resurrection, if you'll remember. Suffice to say, whenever I track down an 800-year immortal, I can't just leave them be. What are you saying? Are you going to arrest me? Ordinarily, I would. Protocol dictates that I capture an 800-year immortals I find, and seal them in an underground vault. That's the fate I was thinking of when I mentioned that being immortal is an existence worse than death. Gah! Don't worry, I've got no intention of taking you anywhere just yet. You're a special case. The way I see it, you're essentially the victim here. Not to mention, I need your help breaking the curse of the raging waves. So, it seems like we'll have to find a way to compromise. I don't know why, but you're looking for information about mermaids as well, right? Well, for starters, mermaids aren't meant to interfere in the lives of mortals. Even their kind don't approve of that. Really? In fact, generally speaking, creating an 800-year immortal is flat out forbidden. Despite that, Sobe made you immortal. In other words, that mermaid went out of her way to place a curse on you. I guess that settles it. Her intent wasn't to save me after all. Exactly. I was hoping you'd be able to tell me what made her go that far. But it turns out you're just as clueless as I am. Yep. Then all we know for sure is that something happened between Sobe and your mother that day, and that led to you being made immortal. Whether that was simply to save your life or for some other reason, there's unfortunately no way of knowing. There's something else that's been bugging me. Can mermaids create 800-year immortals at will, as in you don't really have to eat their flesh? Actually, you do. You can't become immortal without ingesting a bit of mermaid flesh, even if it's a tiny piece. However, it's not as simple as cutting off a slice. Mermaid flesh withers away the moment it's severed and loses all its efficacy. In order for a mermaid to create an immortal of her own volition, she would have to allow a human to bite her directly. How could that happen without the human's consent? I mean, I was barely conscious when I became an undead boy. I mean, an 800-year immortal. Like I said, even the tiniest piece, a mere scrap of their tail, would do the trick. You could move someone's jaw while they were unconscious and get them to bite. It's not impossible. Oh, damn. Guess it was a lot more forceful than I was imagining. So all you have to do is bite a living mermaid and you become immortal. Pretty much, though I assume few mermaids would consent to that. So that's how it works. But if the flesh had been severed, ingesting it wouldn't extend your lifespan at all, huh? That's right. Ordinarily, anyway. Ordinarily? You mean there's an exception? If a mermaid's flesh is cut within the confines of Ryukyu, it won't wither away. It just grows back. Huh. While I've got you here, I guess I might as well ask. Is there no way to reverse immortality? You wouldn't be the first 800-year immortal to seek that possibility. But unfortunately, the answer is no. The moment you become immortal, you lose your mortal form, for good. The Tomokazuki is, his mortal form, isn't it? And is there no way for an 800-year immortal to die other than by waiting for their lifespan to end? No, it's simply impossible. That is what makes it a curse. Not that I want to experiment, but what would happen if, say, I threw my body into a furnace or a vat of acid? The instant it resulted in death, you would begin to reform, starting from the part of you with the largest remaining piece of your heart. Every other part of you would then vanish. No matter how beyond your repair your body becomes, it will be healed when you resurrect. I see. On the other hand, you won't be healed if your injuries aren't fatal, no matter how badly hurt you are. For example, taking the furnace scenario you mentioned. If your body remained in the furnace after you resurrected, you would burn to death again, then revive again, and so on, an endless cycle. All while fully conscious. Shit, that sounds like hell. My advice, be very careful not to fall into any bottomless pits. Right, I'll be sure to keep that in mind if I ever go near one. By the way, you mentioned I'd resurrect from the part around my heart. Does that mean if my head was cut off, only my body would regenerate? Well, yes, that should be the case. But what would happen to my consciousness, my memories, my thoughts, all of that is stored in my brain, isn't it? That's a tough one. As I mentioned, every part of you except the one that resurrects will vanish. So it seems likely that everything inside your head, including your consciousness, would vanish too. That can happen? Does that mean that my regenerated body would have an entirely new consciousness? Well, it seems 800-year immortals do sometimes have fuzzy memories after they resurrect. But I've never known anyone who tried what you're describing. It's possible your consciousness would be reinstated, carried over just as it was before. Though it's equally possible that it would be divided or become a new entity. There's no way to know unless you decide to test it out yourself. Divided, huh? Look, I wish I could make this easier on you, but there's nothing I can do. Yeah. Still, so long as you stay put on this island and keep a low profile, I'm prepared to leave you be. You've managed to keep your immortality a secret for 5 years now, after all. Thank you. I swear I'll do everything in my power not to get found out, so please don't arrest me. But I'm curious, what were you intending to do if you found a way to meet Sobe? Honestly, at first I just wanted to thank her for saving me, but after what you've told me, that's changed. How so? Well, now I'm more curious to hear about why she decided to make me an 800-year immortal, and about what happened with my mom that day. Can't say I blame you. And I understand where you're coming from, but it just can't be done. Even if I can't meet her, isn't there some way I could learn the truth? Well, you can't ask her directly or communicate with her in any way. But, I heard you have no memory of the incident 5 years ago. Is that true? Huh? Well, yeah. The doctors reckon it's because of the shock. Even my memories of meeting a mermaid are really hazy. Still, it may be possible that Sobe's strong thoughts spilled over, impressed themselves in your mind somehow. If so, they're likely buried in the depths of your subconscious. You're saying that memory still exists somewhere, and I might understand what her intentions were if I just recalled it, but how would I even do that? I don't know. The only piece of advice I have for you is to think back, delve into your memories, and scour them from corner to corner. Delve into my memories? What does that even mean? It's weird, though. It's almost like she wasn't talking to me when she said that. Think about it. You must have encountered Sobe before. All you need to do is locate your memory of that time. Alright then, we'd better head back, or your friend will start to wonder what's happened to you. Right. Thanks for answering my questions. Welcome back. Everything okay, Yuza? Of course. If it wasn't, I'd have had to make a dramatic entrance. Haha, glad to see your usual oddball self. Guess there's nothing to worry about then. Well, I dare say that covers everything we needed to discuss. It's time the two of you are on your way. That curse won't break itself. Come on, Yuza. The future of Kamishima is riding on you. Right. I'll do everything I can. Minakuchi, but, Yuza, if you end this curse, I'll see to it that the rumors about you go away and that you're hailed as the hero of Kamishima. So get it done. You hear that, Yuza? This is a chance to clear your name for good. Sounds like a fair deal. You can count on me, Mr. Wakamura. Ready to roll, Yuza? You got that bronze mirror with you? Yep, I've got it right here. Ready when you are. Guess you'd better start by finding the seal that needs to be unbound or whatever. Right. I shouldn't have too much trouble finding it again. It's somewhere near the hole I found last time. Actually, you might want to get in some practice first, just to make sure you'll have the strength to take care of it when you get there. Ah, I almost forgot how badly I did before. I guess it's only natural you'd be worried about me, after that performance. Good luck, Yuza. I'll be waiting right here. Okay, so I don't actually know where this chain is. Do you guys know where this chain is? There it is, okay.
Does it keep progress? It does not. So we have to, like, train ourselves up a little bit. Yay, new rank. Reach diver rank 5. Gathering. I wonder if that's going to be enough. Joy of the dive. Reach a high score of 1,000 points. Where's the thing? There it is. We did it. If I return to the boat now, will it be okay, or does it want me to go down now? Good. Looks like that powerful current has receded. I should be able to make it through now. Only one way to find out. This place feels vaguely familiar. Have I been here before? Maybe I'm just imagining things. Will it let me look around? It will. This is where Storyteller found us. There's a tunnel here. Is this the right way? There's an open space here, but it's pitch dark. Could this be the sanctuary? Good thing I brought my flashlight. Let's see. There, now I can see. Time to have a good look around. This would be to the left of the entrance, I think. Nothing here, though. If I turn around, all I can see is the way I came through. It's hard to get my bearings, but I think this is to the right. Nothing here but a wall. This way should take me further in. That stone archway over there, could that be the entrance to Ryugu? I should take a closer look. Stone archway. It could be the entrance to Ryugu. But nothing happens when I go near it. I guess humans really can't travel there after all. So all I need to do to break the curse is leave the bronze mirror here, right? I'm sure I felt a presence back there. What was that about? It seemed to vanish whenever I switched on my flashlight. Ah! The second I turned my flashlight off, I started to sense that presence again. If I can just figure out what direction the sensation's coming from. Ah! What the hell was that?
Holy shit, that nearly gave me a heart attack. Is that the presence I've been sensing all this time? Wait a minute, is that the mermaid Hayase? Not in the flesh, but what's it called? A curse echo, like the imprint of a curse. Oh, what if this mermaid's echo indicates the presence of the curse? If so, now's my chance to offer up the still-tide mirror. Now, the curse of the raging waves, heed my call and trouble us no more. Ah, there you are. Good work out there. We felt it the moment you pulled it off. The curse of the raging waves is gone for good, and it's all thanks to you. Indeed, a job well done. The curse aura that once enveloped this island has faded without a trace. Really? Phew. We sure couldn't tell, but turns out it worked. You hear that, Yuza? You did it. Yeah, now I can finally relax. Well, that is certainly one problem taken care of. Now, my assistant and I can focus on another issue that requires our attention. Already? Sounds like you've got a lot on your plate. Naturally, our convenience is of little concern to the paranormal. There you are! I've been looking all over for you. Huh? Oh hey, Tsukasa, what's up? Not you, I'm talking to Mrs. Shiki. There's a call for you over at the station, ma'am. A call? I suppose this must be a police matter. Understood. I'll head over there right away. You'll have to excuse us, but if there's anything else, feel free to contact me. I will. Thanks for everything. So, Spill, what happened with the curse? It's gone. Yuza ended it. Yay! Nice one, Yuza. You know, I reckon I've got a knack for this. Maybe I'll go into curse-breaking business. Hit me up if you need any other curses broken. You never know. That might be your true calling. Maybe it suits you even better than being an Amadiver. Come to think of it, we'd better let old man Wakamura know how it all went down. Where'd he get off to, anyway? Don't ask me. Maybe he went home. Probably. How about it, Yuza? Want to go see him? Yeah, okay. I suppose we did make that deal. But it can wait till after I've had a chance to change clothes and take a breather. I'm beat. Fair enough. Guess it's not like there's any hurry, huh? In the meantime, I'll go work on the boat. Let's meet up later, yeah? As for me, I'll track down Sato and Suya and fill them in. Later. Several hours later. By the way, Yuza, you haven't given up on finding that mermaid, have you? Any new leads? Sort of. Mrs. Shiki shared some information with me earlier when she pulled me aside. Really? Oh, I guess experts on the supernatural would know about mermaids too, huh? So what did she say? Did you find out what you have to do to meet one? Actually, turns out that the mermaid who saved me isn't in this world anymore. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? It means she's gone back to Ryugu, to the world beyond. Apparently it's a place between this world and the world of the dead. Wait, really? Does that mean mermaids aren't from our world? I guess not. Well, sounds like you've hit a dead end. Hey, Mr. Wakamura, you in? We've come to tell you the good news. Yuza did it. He broke the curse. So you'd better keep your end of the deal. Mr. Wakamura gonna be dead? Maybe he didn't hear you? Hey, anybody home? I'm coming in. Huh, the door's already open. That's weird. Mr. Wakamura. What the? Mr. Wakamura, don't tell me he's... I don't believe it. That wound. Did a curse cause it? But we ended the curse, didn't we? All right. All right. Well, I am going to end the video there. It seems like we have ended our first two missions. Now we're on to a third one. So I'm wondering what is going to go from here. So yeah. This game is a lot slower than the first one. It seems like the first one, there were a lot of these like shorter encounters to like show off what curses can do. There are all of these puzzles that you could do, things like that. And this one is much more like a more traditional, like path-based visual novel, which isn't bad. It's just there are a lot of like long stretches where you're just getting exposition and exposition and exposition. It's like, come on, do something. But yeah, when we get back to it, we will see what else this game has in store for us. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for joining me for another night of Strange and Scary Games. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Good night.